Dan Schmidt along with Lisa Wagner. First match, Wendy Macpherson. Boy, was she tough. Dominated. No
258.
problem. Yep.
Yeah, first game, 258. So I would say she is lined up.
Continuing where she left off, Dede Davidson will have her hands full. First left-hander on the telecast. .33 years old, on tour 16 years, 5 titles, and as I mentioned, 2 of those majors. Always strong in the majors. Well, she opens up tough, strike for strike. I failed to mention in the last match, Anne-Marie Dugan is on staff of a new sponsor we have, bowlingballmall.com. And they're on board now with us, and we welcome them.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of neat stuff on there, informative things. There's going to be some coming soon. There's going to be some information about players. There's going to be, you know, some things that you might want to purchase, too.
Well, we look forward to it and glad they're on board with us. Dede Davidson, meanwhile, she's on Mongoose staff. Has a longtime sponsor or sponsors, Dan and Wanda Do It, and she said she couldn't do it without them. Ooh, not a good shot for Dede.
Okay. Now, testing the boundaries, I would say right there. I was called an area check. I wouldn't go to that area anymore.
Good advice, Lisa.
I mean, you're going to see Dede throw the ball a little bit slower than you used to see it. You know, she is pretty good at varying her speed. Once she establishes how she wants to throw it, she is pretty good at repeating shots.
Covers that spare with no problem. Wendy Macpherson stepping up. I want to say that this bowling center had some problems 2 weeks ago. Someone hit a sprinkler head, and the water came down. They had water on the approach, water in the ceiling tiles. They fell down. The carpet was soaked. And Ken Esslinger and his crew did such a tremendous job getting this center back in shape so that the players could compete this week.
Well, definitely. I mean, they could have been closed for a while, but in all actuality, it was very little bit. You know, they weren't closed at all, or maybe a day.
Right. He had people
in
working on soaking up the carpets that night, all night. Then found out he had to resurface the approaches. So if you notice the players sliding a bit more than normal, it's because the approaches are newly resurfaced. Wendy Macpherson, we talked about Alita still being the first to $1 million. Wendy's on her way in $88,000 so far, and she's just $36,000 away with 11 events, including this week.
I would like her chances.
It looks good for her making that $1 million mark for the second woman to make it. Open frame in the second, in the third, and disaster again, back-to-back for Wendy Macpherson.
This is probably going to be back-to-back opens here. Well, I don't know if she missed her target left, or I don't think she did. I think the ball just kind of checked up early on her. That could possibly be because Anne-Marie in the first match was playing in there. And going to dry that up a little bit. So we're going to have to see an adjustment from Wendy next time she's up.
Career average on television for Dede Davidson, 206.51. She has a losing record on TV, though. Looking to better that record a little bit here today. Is it an advantage or disadvantage being the first left-hander out there?
I think it's an advantage, really, because you don't have to worry about the lanes changing from the first game.
And the same thing that happened the last shot for Dede Davidson.
I'd say there's a little bit of nerves here right now. Dede just, usually she doesn't miss that much. So I got a feeling she's looking for some tape, probably losing the ball a little bit. Yep. would say that's going right in the thumb hole. She's going to be looking to get the ball out in the lane a little bit more.
Inserting that tape on the back side of the thumb hole so she doesn't change her span any when she does that. 300 this week, the only 300 of the week by Dede Davidson. She also had a 297 and a 279.
And that 279, pretty key spot for that one. Got her from 4th to 2nd.
It sure did. That was position round last night. And Dede really likes Florida. She talked to us about bowling here.
Well, we've been coming here, I think, 3 years now, and luckily enough, I've actually made friends in the last 3 years here, and I used to live in Clearwater, Florida, so they've been coming out. They'll probably come out in the next couple of weeks as well to root me on, but I love being back in Florida, and I hope everybody gets a chance to come out and watch some good bowling.
Okay, Dede. She invited you to come on out. It'll be Davie, Florida next week, University Lanes, and then Sebring at the Kegel Training Center. So visit us the next 2 weeks in Florida. Dede leads by 20 pins.
Much better shot.
So Dede Davidson does have the lead, and we'll be right back with more action from Altamont Lanes in just a moment. Letters about the PWBA and its members, plus an attractive desk clock. Join the PWBA Bowlers Club for just $29.95. You'll also be eligible for daily drawings of $100, Friday drawings of $200, and two $5,000 drawings, one on Christmas Day and one on April 1st. Call the PWBA at 1-800-426-8823 or visit www.pwba.com to sign up now. Dede Davidson now getting ready to step up in the 7th frame. She leads by 41 pins. Continued to strike while we were away. Has a 3-bagger. Trying for 4 in a row right now. A little bit high, leaving a 6-pin.
Little bit, but you know, Wendy is struggling a bit here, back-to-back opens already. This is the importance of a good fit. I mean, we saw she just lost the ball, just went out to the gutter, just never made it back, no revolutions on it, just died. She put that tape in, she has a better feel, now she has all the confidence in the world.
And a much better reaction.
Much better.
Covers up the spare. Lisa, I constantly talk to people about that. You can see Dede leading by 40 pins. And sometimes it's hard for them to see the difference, but it's a huge difference if you have a proper fit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in league bowlers, a lot of times I always tell them, come on, let's go to a pro shop. Let's talk to the pro shop operator, and let's get a ball for you. You know, I mean, house balls are fine, but if it doesn't fit, sometimes it's painful. You know, your scores just aren't going to be as high as they could be. So I recommend to everybody, get your own equipment, and it's going to feel the same week to week.
Good advice. You saw max score Dede Davidson 246. That would be if she continues to strike like that. That was the 8th frame. However, max score for Wendy Macpherson just 206. So she's going to need something to happen at both ends.
Well, these next 2 shots for Wendy are so important. She can't miss. She's not going to be able to miss these next 2 shots to even have a chance at all. She has moved in. Gone with a little bit more speed also. And she has the same reaction that she did in the first game.
Most TV appearances in a year, 12. That's happened 4 times. There you see it, Carol Giannotti blocked twice. Wendy Macpherson did it herself in 97.
And look at this. This year, Wendy, 9 shows. Kim Adler, 8 TV shows.
With a bunch of telecasts remaining, but she trails right now by 40 pins. Even though she's made all those shows, she still went and worked out with Sam Baca during the 3-week break. Her coach trying to help her just fine-tune a few things.
Well, that's right. The last tournament we bowled, she finished 45th. And for a bowler that has not had a finish lower than 12th all year, she wasn't happy about that at all. So she said, Sam, let's get to work.
Shooting at the 2-4-5, and she covers it. Pins were spread a little bit there. But it's definitely not going to be enough. At this point, the best Wendy could do would be 186. Dede Davidson still taking her time, still on that max score pace of 246.
Well, right now she has to be getting ready for the title match. So she has to make sure that she's lined up, and more importantly, that she has a good feel.
So that was an interesting pinfall on that shot. It looked like a 7-10 went out last.
That's right. Well, watch this. The ball's going to go to the right, and the pins are going to go flying off to the left. On the left side of the rack there, look at that. When you get that hit, that's good.
Still playing a little bit with that fit. I think she's still not real comfortable, but leading by 50 pins, she must be comfortable enough.
Well, she's still on that max score of 246. You know, she practices at home in Vegas with one of my buddies, Tommy Evans. So I want to say hi to Tommy. And also, there's a doubles tournament coming up at Robin and Bill Masani's house in November, and I want to bowl with Tommy.
You inviting him?
Yes, I
Inviting
am.
to bowl with you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Tommy, let Lisa know she's ready to bowl. Well, Dede Davidson breezes by Wendy Macpherson for a shot at the title. We'll recap tonight's highlights right after this. A swing that runs